listening to an encore presentation of The Kevin Jackson Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's The Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. And I got to tell you, the little bit that and again, I don't watch these stupid award shows. I think they're a joke. But I saw that they were going to be doing this thing for women, and I think they called the movement Time's Up. And the idea is, time's up for men to stop abusing women. And I thought to myself, well, why not, since it's a bunch of leftist women who condone this type of thing and actually, they like it. Why not appoint Harvey Weinstein as chairman of the board of this leftist fraud? Hollywood showcases how it handles scandals by pretending to care. They act like, we really care about women. They don't care about women. They don't care about children. They care about their paychecks. And what's funny, once they've made it is when they start to get their attitude. I remember when Viola Davis won for Best Actress or something, first black woman to win that for some TV series, and she was like, it's been a long time coming, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, you weren't acting all sanctimonious and, raise fist racist, black ethnicity, etc. when you were trying to come up through the ranks. If you were going to have a voice about it, have your voice about it early on. Let people know. It's like, great, cry foul when you're a nobody. No, let me wait until I've made it and then I'll cry foul. Because it'll have so much more meaning at that point. I mean, think about it. You've done the hard work. Viola Davis is a pretty good actress, if you ask me. She's done the hard work, but suddenly, it's so tough to get. It's tough to get there for everybody. It's funny. People, if it was easy, we'd all be doing it. I mean, most of us would, we've all wanted to have some fame at some point. I mean, unless you're a pure introvert, you've wanted to have some level of fame, even if it's only in your little circles. So the idea that if it was easy, if you said to me when I was, 19 years old, Kevin, if you go to Hollywood, man, you're so good. You will get this. You got a voice. You could do this, man. You're talented. It wouldn't be 2 weeks. You'd be, making $1 million. I'd have packed up my truck. I had an El Camino, but I'd have packed it up and I'd have headed to California. Little old country bumpkin. I would have been, I'm just telling you, y'all can look at me like I'm crazy. I would have been there. Yeah. But you know what stopped me? I knew it wasn't easy. I was like, shoot, I ain't going out there to become somebody's waiter, or house boy, pool cabana boy. Yeah. Unless it's, of course, Lena Horne or, some beautiful woman that says, I like that little fella. But other than that, unless, like one of the beautiful women of Hollywood said, I want to bring him out there and we'll give him the little house next to the pool, because I want him to be mine. I'm not going to Hollywood. No way. Because my fallback plan would have had to be something like that. There's no way I'm going to Hollywood to go be an actor, knowing that everybody that works in a restaurant is doing, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't put in the time. You know what I mean? If you said, Kevin, you have to spend years learning your craft. Nah. I like to act, but I'll just do it my normal stuff. Like if they said to me, you could do a little thing that's a 2-minute thing, okay, I can do that. But if I had to carry a show, nah, and I got to spend 10 years learning, no, I don't have that interest. But there are people who would sell their souls to go to Hollywood, to be a part of it, to get to that brass ring. And many of them are women. We're not hearing any of the horror stories of boys. We've heard of Corey Feldman and Corey Haim, but outside of that, we don't hear too many stories involving men who didn't get what they needed out of Hollywood and got taken advantage of and all that. It's always the young starlet, the young girl. Yeah. The women of Hollywood, they're part of every one of them is part of the problem. They all know that these executives in Hollywood have been treating women this way for decades, and now they want to start their movement. Now they've got a movement. Shonda Rhimes, Reese Witherspoon. They say key players in an effort to have a defense fund for women, get this, in blue-collar industries, and they call for women to wear black to the Golden Globes. And what's funny is, can you see the game that's being played here? We want to help these women in blue-collar industries. They need our help. Because what the Hollywood starlets are telling you, the stars, the ones who've made it, is we know what goes on. We know we're part of the problem. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to pretend to care about the little people, the blue-collar women. How many blue-collar women, I mean, don't misunderstand me. There's sexual harassment. I have a friend who went through sexual harassment. It was undoubted sexual harassment. She's a pretty girl. And she works in a she works in IT. I'm from IT. She worked in IT. And the vice president of the company, would allude to her beauty quite often. And to the point of pretty much saying, you're going to get ahead here if you'll sleep with me. And he got fired. See, in the real world, these people are dealt with. In the fake world, the make-believe world of Hollywood, they get better movies and better actors and actresses. They get more breaks. Harvey Weinstein is the exception. He was so egregious that finally it caught up with him. But think about it. Harvey Weinstein got away with that for the better part of 30 years. Not exactly a punishment. And now he's in rehab. Did they take away his fame and did they take away his fortune? No. They took away some of his fame, but his movies live on. He's still got those movies. He's still got pictures with all these people. Yeah, he's somewhat disgraced. And maybe he's going to have to, I don't know what's going to happen to him, but I'll tell you this, that's not the fall from grace that people expect, where you're still worth over, like a guy's worth $100 million or so. Psst, no harm, no foul, Harvey. But time's up, they say. It's going to put this legal defense fund for blue-collar industries so people can protect themselves from sexual misconduct. We have that. Hollywood, how much money goes in it? Who determines who gets the money? I'm just curious. They say, the New York Times said this, Time's Up has no central leaders. It's made up of numerous committees, including Rhimes and Witherspoon among the key players. Anti-sexual harassment commission that they've got. And I think they're going to be looking to Anita Hill to help this. But at the end of the day, what are they really doing? Where's it going to go? It's just cannon fodder. It's just putting lipstick on a pig that they know they created. Because we all know what goes on in Hollywood. There's no secret to it. Go interview for a job in the blue collar industries and let somebody say, listen, I'd be happy to give you the job, but you're going to have to bend over my desk here. Let me have my way with you. Okay, as long as I get that job, said no woman ever. They walk out of there, they file a complaint, blah, blah, blah. Hollywood, they do it. So don't try to act all, we're going to be doing these women a favor now. Woo!
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.